So I was just watching Intervention, and well, not even Intervention. It was a show that came on before Intervention about the outbreak of crystal meth, aka ice, in suburban Atlanta and its effect on its affluent community. Because apparently, when semi-rich white people do crystal meth, they do a better job. Well, at least they think they do a better job of living and maintaining their life, because apparently, you know, the drugs boost their confidence and make them more verbal and everything, you know. And so, like, this guy was talking about, you know, the withdrawal symptoms. Apparently, it can take up to 9 months for crystal meth to get out of your system, you know, fully. And this one guy was talking about how, you know, they pick their skin because they think that there's bugs crawling on them and under their skin. And this one guy, he started to shave his hand or some shit because he thought there was bugs under his skin. And I'm like, dude, seriously, I don't care what you're doing that you think makes you function well, but anytime you think shaving your fucking hand is gonna relieve you of anything, something is obviously eating a hole in your brain. So I'm mentioning this to Julia, and she starts talking about Houston, the singer Houston, who I totally forgot about. I have not thought about this man in years, and how he freaked out in his hotel room and started digging at his eye. And I was like, was he having a mental breakdown? Or was he on drugs and, like, was something going on with him and he just, like, started fucking digging in his eye? She's talking about some whole aesthetic situation. Like, oh, can't they fix his eye? He used to be cute. Some old bullshit. And I'm like, no. I'm not talking about that. Anybody can get a glass eye. That's not the situation. The situation is, what was he on to make him bug out like that? Because black people don't usually bug out like that. You know, niggas do drugs. It's normal shit. Unless they're like a cracky, you know, whatever. You do dope, you're not. You do coke, you do whatever you do. You smoke weed, you eat a bunch of shit. I don't know. But you don't dig your eye out unless you've taken something extra. Which leads me to how, you know, the people in the other building, they jumped out the window. They were on wet. There was clearly something going on. It was in their weed to make them jump out the window. Okay, fine. My mother used to tell me certain drugs affect certain people certain ways, and that, you know, some drugs were just built for white people. Pharmaceutical drugs tend to work better with Caucasians. They take it and they function and go on their merry way. You give a brother some Prozac, he might want to shoot the place up. Whole separate situation. So that really made me think about why I don't do drugs, and why there's been this fear of mine that I would do drugs one time and then die. Not so much go crazy, but just die. Like, I seem like, you know, okay, that's gonna be the bitch at the party that tried something one time and she just freaked the fuck out and was never sane ever again. So I just leave that whole thing alone, because I don't want to be the one on the freeway walking around with no clothes on, because I don't know. And my mom's like, that's good, because, you know, you don't want to be like somebody that you ever deal with a druggie that's sane as hell, but you know they're crazy, like they're not ever gonna be back to the way they were. They might not even be on drugs now, but they used to be, and they're just nuts to a certain degree. I don't want to be that cat. So I think I'll just remain sober and odd, people watching, for the rest of my life, and be content with that, because I don't need any extra life experience in the drug world, because I don't know, I don't want to die. That's pretty much it. That's all. Yeah,